let's get your biggest what if in Houston sports, and I'm going to throw out some choices if this helps you. There's a bunch with the Oilers. So you got the Mike Renfroe catch, Pastorini not getting traded after the 79 season. What happens, to the Oilers there? Bum Phillips not getting fired, Ralph Sampson's injury and the Rockets' drug suspensions of the 80s, J.R. Richards' stroke, Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady's breakdown, Chris Paul's hamstring, just last year. Is there a biggest what if for you?
If you're asking me to choose, I would say all of the above. I mean, you just brought back some very, very sad memomemories there, Robert.
Is there one I forgot?
Memories. Well, I mean, because I was joined at the hip with the Oilers, in the Levy Blue era. I mean, you go back to the Renfroe catch. If you look at the way the game played out structurally, it still probably wouldn't have made a difference, but you don't know what kind of difference it would have made psychologically. And the reason I say that had to do with what happened in the last regular season game that year. Monday night game in the Astros. Everybody thinks the greatest Oilers game in history was the Miami game when Earl ran for 199 yards and 4 touchdowns. Nope. The greatest Oilers game ever was the 1979 early December Monday night game in Houston, because that night the Oilers won, but they didn't just win. I mean, they frightened the Steelers that night. They just beat the Steelers up. The Steelers at that point are saying, okay, all right, this isn't the Houston Oilers we remember even from last season. So they had the Steelers' undivided attention that after that game, and the game was close in the AFC Championship game. Still the last time any team in this town has played for the conference championship. And the Renfroe catch counted. Okay, now it is a one-score game. Ultimately the Oilers did nothing the rest of the way. Were they broken? Were the spirit broken? Who knows? We can analyze the psychology of all this till the cows come home. But that would be, for the Oilers to have gotten to a Super Bowl at that stage in our history would have been huge.
And maybe and of course that
changes a lot.
That changes Pastorini's fate, maybe Bum's
Obviously,
fate.
Pastorini is not going to be traded.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't fire Bum the next year. Although Bud Adams was a pretty sorry human being, so anything he did was not necessarily surprising, especially if it was wrong.
and maybe the Oilers are still. I mean, it's a huge domino because the Oilers could have never left, and that's
it. I mean, obviously, you blame the Oilers leaving on the what ifs of the Buffalo game and the Joe Montana game in the Astrodome. There's no question if one of those teams had gone to the Super Bowl, in my mind, that the city and the Oilers would have worked out something on a new stadium. But by the time Bud started asking for the stadium, they were in the process of a 2-14 free fall. And both basically, Bob Lanier said, just, hey, Bud, don't let the door hit you in the ass. This conversation's over.
Yeah, 3 straight years where you were just devastated at playoff
just plucked from you.
You're listening to Houston Sports Talk.